Sent $15. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Much respect to RJ for the patience on the space today, and BigTech dealing with these femoids.
Let's
thanks,
flipping
man.
go, bruh.
Let's go.
Yeah, real.
Yeah,
So,
that took a lot of patience on the space today.
So what was the space about? Should we move on to that? Do you want to do a review, or is it too long, or what happened?
I
Did I miss
don't
anything
think
good?
it's worth it.
Okay.
No, it was honestly, it was good live because we got a bunch of blacks in a space and
Whoa.
they were just wilding out like the entire time.
What did you guys talk about?
We were talking about reparations. We were talking about who the real powers that be are. They
No
kept
way.
saying Jews were white. Yeah, and it took us like hours just going back and forth on the JQ. And they, honestly, man, at this point, I know they're dumb. I know they're black, but it feels like
Whoa,
they just
that's
don't want to
racist.
get it. Yeah, it is. But I just feel like they don't want to get it at this
Yeah,
point.
true.
Like they just have no need.
Yeah, they don't. Well, not yet. Especially they don't want to get it from you.
No. We I have to come from a place of power, though. I think that's what it is.
Oh, that's why
Anthony Cumia said something on Call of Duty. He said, blacks will only listen when they have a boot on their neck. There's something to that.
Well, they'll only listen to us. That's true. Interesting. I mean, when it's that way. But what they often do, they'll listen to their role models. You know, they'll listen to somebody who they idolize, which is kind of based as far as like a tribal mindset goes. It's very simple.
It is based, but like who's the black community being told to idealize these days? I think we went over this in the space. It went from niggas with attitude to niggas with AIDS. It went from DMX to Little Nas X. It went from like we hood niggas, I don't shake hands with fags, to niggas wearing dresses. So like clearly there's a feminization agenda.
The problematic element is that they follow the strong man, but the problem is they don't pick the strong man. The strong man in a natural setting is supposed to emerge as the victorious leader. He's the biggest, tallest, strongest, fastest. He wins the battle or he wins the game and he fucks all the women and he's king of the tribe or something like that. And he's commanding authority. But in the current situation, and what the blacks typically don't realize is that those who are elevated now to be the strong man in the community are controlled by
Zionists.
Those with the nose. So, yeah, exactly. So they're a Zionist-controlled, artificially inflated, elevated role model, and it's Snoop Dogg, or it's Tupac, or it's even Ye. And as soon as Ye started acting out of line, they tried to pull his chain, and when that didn't work, they just de-elevated him. Now he's nobody. You know, they're going to try to assassinate his character so that nobody will listen to him. So it's not, and he's truly the strongest among them. He said, "I'm the leader now," and it's true. So that's really the kind of battle that's happening. Is we'll see if Ye can draw them in, you know, and it'll be something.
Yeah, a lot of blacks don't like Ye, and Ye is not wrong about that. Like all the blacks that I talk to just call Ye a coon.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Yeah, and somebody was saying recently, I think it was that comedian we saw a second of, that it's middle-aged white women who love Ye. They love
Boomer woman, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that, but they're eating it up. Like a lot of the women that pop into spaces are like literally boomer women, and they're like, "I love Ye," and then they have nothing about the Jews. I don't even know how they find the spaces.
Are they getting
or what they like about Ye? No, they're middle-aged women. No, they're not getting red-pilled. They're just hanging out with a bunch of racists.
I don't know. I have wondered though. I mean, you scoff at it, but it has crossed my mind, and I know it's a silly thought. But I mean, even Britney, as much as Mio's done with her and everybody, it's like she's still basically just a racist Democrat. Like she really doesn't get it.
And you got to think about all the time he's had with her too, right? Yeah. Like, like every day in, day out, hours at a time, and she's still basically like a racist liberal. Women are really hard to crack.
That's what I've wondered. Like, is there any chance that we'll ever see like the soccer mom waffin or something like that? But
obviously there's some. Obviously, I'm sure there's some that are going down the rabbit hole, but not the most, not the majority.
Yeah. No, that's a silly thought, it seems.
Middle-aged women are not going to save us, I don't think.
Cyclops. Cyclops says, who is RJ? So for people who don't know RJ's nobody yet, but he's kind of somebody. He's a behind the scenes somebody. He's friends with a lot of the Groypers and a lot of the other streamers too. They know him. He's been coming around. He's done a couple debates, and he just popped in on my show the other day when I was late into a long stream. I was halfway through a 24-hour stream or something. It was the morning, and I was kind of fading, and he just all of a sudden popped into the call and started helping me host videos and hanging out. And he turns out he's got a good microphone, and he's red-pilled, and he's a Zoomer who's been around. And I learned a little bit about him last night. We stayed up and talked in person. He's got an interesting story. And so now he's just been kind of hanging out with me. So that's RJ. And we got to have, I was thinking about some parameters we might set. I don't know if I want to call you a co-host on my show, but I kind of do. I want to kind of like invite you to be a co-host. Go. But at the same time, here's the deal. Here's what, actually, let's do it. Let's do it in public. Let's do it right here. Let's have this talk. Cause we could just do some business off screen, but
let's do business live.
Let's give some let's let everybody in. Here's what I'm thinking. If I make you a co-host, here's the deal. You're going to take on a lot of responsibility. Well, I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, honestly, you can kind of come and go as you please. I'm not going to like need you to be here, but it is nice. It's nice to have company on the show. And you're actually good at it. RJ is great. You seem to like know when to speak and when not to, which is like 90% of the job. Like you're not talking over me. You're not saying a bunch of annoying shit. I can't have a co-host who's just like annoyingly rambling. I would kill myself. And that's my least favorite thing to do. And also I have a lot to say and I want to have the floor. It's on the internet with BigTech and you're going to come and, co-pilot with me. Which we might even call it co-pilot rather than co-host. I don't know. But I'm not going to like rely on you to give me a bunch of content and stuff. But if you could do that as well, that's cool. But really just like you're keeping me company. You're somebody to bounce ideas off of. You can kind of fill in some dead air. You read for me the other day when my eyes were sleepy. That was awesome. And just in general, I think it will bring the content, the value, the quality will increase a little having you around. So that's epic. So you're going to add value to me, add value to the stream. And you have like a professional demeanor about you. I mean, look at you. You're looking good. Good cam, good chair, good mic, good framing. Are you in a jacket, collared shirt? Yo, he's a pro. Looking like a pro. A+.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
But here's the other part. So how do I compensate this guy? That's what I've been thinking about. And I got to tell you, I don't want to cut you in. I don't want to cut you in on any of it, but I need to do that. I'll need to cut you in.
Figure out something behind the scenes.
I'll need to cut you in, and we can figure out behind the scenes. But I'll tell you my thoughts about it is that the real value to you, while I will cut you in, I'll give you a little taste. All right, that's what I'll tell everybody right now, and I'll tell you. We'll figure it out in private. That we'll leave it for in private. The real important part. But I'll cut you in on a little taste of the super chat money because you're going to be helping me get that too. But the real value to you will be, really, you shouldn't be aiming at becoming BigTech's co-pilot, BigTech's co-host. That's not where you're going to end up. The idea would be that if you're going to co-host with me, you're increasing your online presence and you're becoming an online personality. And the purpose would be that you will move on and have your own stream. And so what I'm assuming from day one is if you're going to do this and stick around with me, it'll help me in the meantime, but also I'm going to lose you. So I'm, in a way, as much as you're helping me, I'm kind of investing in you and giving you, I mean, that's how I came up. I started making appearances here and there, and other people helped me. And then I had my own stream. And like you were just off in your own space and you were in Mio's space and you're all over the place in places that have nothing to do with me. So you seem like the type of person that would get your own stream anyway, likely. And so I'm thinking like, right there. Jacuzzi's like, RJ going to be a star? Real? I mean, like, why not? Should be. And Mio should go get his own stream too, but he's got a thing with Brittany still going on. But that's just kind of how it's going to go. Co-host didn't stick around for a long time. I mean, who knows? Maybe we just end up, I'm
sure that won't be for a while if that's the case, right? Like that would be
I don't know.
the road.
It could be. It could be next month, though. That's the thing. So that's something I'm thinking about.
Like,
it's
I wouldn't come on though. Hold on. Even if that did happen, even if I did get my own channel on Cozy, that's not like I would stop like hanging out with you or something.
Well,
I would still come around.
Maybe, young man.
You don't think so?
But I know I've been down quite a few roads, and I know how relationships work out, and things change over time. There's a honeymoon phase, and I just got to know you. I still barely know you, and so we'll be excited, and everything's cool. It's not like it's gonna go bad and get stale, but the point is, like, when it's time to move on, you'll move on, and that's how that'll go. It's not like I'm in a committed relationship with you or something as a co-host, or you with me. And honestly, I don't want that. I want to be able to, like, oh, you did well while you're here. Now beat it, or oh, it's time for RJ. He got an opportunity to go. No hard feelings, bro. I wish you well. Just best wishes. Go on your way. I expected it from day one. So thanks for sticking around for a few weeks. Like, it could literally be like that. So with that in mind, I know Brittany cuts Mio in for half. I ain't going to do that with you. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I ain't cutting you in on half. We'll talk about the amount. But I ain't going to give you half of my money and invest in your future, and then you get a show and you leave, and I'll feel like that was too much. So I've been thinking about it. I'm being frugal, and how much do I want to spend on this guy? But the thing is, when you come around, people are enjoying it more. The numbers are going up. I ain't being too stingy. I want to make it worth your while to come around here. I'm telling everybody, I think I'm being a good example. Think about it this way. Think about the big picture. Think about all the variables. Take a full account, because if the sum total will be greater than the parts, meaning like I'll receive more from you than I pay in money, and you'll receive more from me than I pay you in money. And money isn't the only currency, especially online. Online, clout is actually almost equal to cash. So it's like, in a way, that if I share super chats with you or whatever, you'll also be gaining in clout coin while you're here too. And so will I, and the whole thing is all cool. So somebody recommended 2% in chat, 0.001. I think I could probably do a little better than that, but we'll see. Yeah. So we're starting negotiations there. Don't talk to me about 50%. Forget it. It's less than that.
I had no inclination of asking for 50%.
Good. You greedy bastard.
Greedy Jew bastard.
You greedy Canadian. 50% is a womanly bargain. Yeah, real. See, Brittany, it's right for her to. If Brittany's paying Mio less than 50%, it's almost insulting to Mio. Because first of all, Mio's straight up carrying the show a lot of the time, as best as he can. And secondly, it's hard enough to be just kind of like cam cucked and simping to a woman, and she runs the show and pulls all the triggers, and also you're getting paid less than her. Like, ugh, talk about emasculating. So their relationship very different than mine. Yeah, exactly. All right, but with all that said, and a little bit of the money issue on the table, I will say, like, a little bit more official, even though you're brand new, but you're dressed up and you're on cam, so I think it's a good point. Welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Welcome to On the Internet with BigTech and co-host, co-pilot. There's nothing wrong with calling you a co-host, but I think there's a cooler name, because I'm not really even hosting a show. A co-host, I'm thinking of like, there's always like Conan and who's the other guy that was with Conan, or Ed Sullivan and
that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
There's always the guy on the couch. Like, there's the extra guy. And so they're hosting a show and people are coming on, and then they have a co-host. I guess it's.
We could use that for now. Yeah. Co-host works. We can figure out a better name.
Brittany says, I think I need to renegotiate with Mio. He's been a handful.
Oh,
That's actually a good way. Actually, Brittany, I mean, sorry, Mio, but I will give her this. Instead of sitting around and like publicly complaining and bitching, you could just start cutting into his money. I mean, that's a good way. You can pull chain on Mio. Like, all right, hey, it's fine. Do whatever you want to do. But I think if that's what you're going to do, probably this amount is the right number. So, if it's worth that much to you, we could just like cut into your paycheck. But if you want to receive 50% of the show, you're going to be there every time, and you're going to be reliable, and you're going to do this and that. And I don't think that's too much to ask. I think that's a fair bargain. I am splitting it with you down the middle. So if that's the case, then I need you to fulfill this. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You're a free man. I totally respect that. But the new number is going to move down to here. All right, Mio? All right, think about it. Bye. Click. And then Mio's like, dang, I could do Twitter Spaces, but it's going to cost me like $200 a week. Shit.
I'm not saying anything.
Maybe I can do Twitter Spaces on a different, on my own time after the show or something. Or maybe he wants to do it. Yeah, RJ's not saying nothing.
He's my friend.
Yeah, he's my friend too. Hey, I ain't trying to hurt the guy. I'm just saying.
I'm just joking.
I'm just telling Brittany, my friend too. Well, kind of.
Some business advice.
Just a little business advice, a little pro tip. Hey, you can bitch and complain and see if that works, or you can just make him feel some pain, put a little hurt on him. You could do that too.
Probably do the latter.
Yeah. So anyway,